selfish to follow your dreams? If you know me at all, you are expecting me to say, no way, it is not selfish, go for it. And you're right, I probably will say that. But today, let's discuss some of the nuance around this topic, shall we? Hello, my beautiful friend. I am so happy that you are here. I'm Shaina, and if you've spent any time with me on this channel, you will know that this is an uplifting space where we are empowered to live our most joyful and inspired lives, and where we drink tea. And today I am drinking a beautiful cup of jasmine tea, which means that I am ready to roll, talking about and exploring the topic of, is it selfish to follow your dreams? And as we dive in, I first want to make the distinction that when I'm speaking about following your dreams, I'm really referencing those deep soul pulls and drives in a specific direction. And I'm not so much talking about just our whims or our fleeting desires, right? And in a later video, we will spend some time discussing how we can distinguish between those two within ourselves. As we discussed in last week's video, are you what you want to be when you grow up? As children, we're usually very heavily encouraged to follow our dreams and reach for the stars and to think in a really expansive type of way. But as we get older, we start introducing not only elements of practicality, but we start getting this messaging that perhaps it's actually selfish to follow our dreams, to follow those deep pulls as an adult, as a grown-up. And I've even heard it said kind of multiple times that once we're adults, what's really important for us to do is to be what the world needs us to be. It's less important what we're pulled towards, and it's more important to be whatever the world needs us to be. But I would argue that what the world really needs from us, what is the best for the world around us and the people in our lives, is us pouring from the most full cup possible. I really believe that we can make the largest impact in this world from that place of inspiration, motivation, sparkle. When we are following our dreams, we are following those deep pulls, a lot of times it requires a lot from us, a lot of work, a lot of unmonetizable hours at first, a lot of learning, a lot of surmounting challenges. It's not always a very straight path, right? Very few paths are very straight paths, but it requires a lot. However, when we are following those paths out of the deepest pulls within ourselves, we are doing so from a place that is bringing a lot of fulfillment. It's bringing purpose to us. And when we are working, even when we're totally pouring ourselves out and even exhausting ourselves sometimes with the pursuit towards those dreams, we're doing so with this really deep sense of fulfillment that what we are going after is meaningful, that it matters, that is going to make an impact. And from that space, even when we're tired, we're also filled with joy. We're also filled with inspiration. From that purposeful place, we are able to be the best versions of ourselves. We are able to develop, from that purposeful place, we're able to develop a really deep sense of self. And the more that we build that sense of self for ourselves, the better we are for the humans around us, the more we have to give, the more we have to pour out from. When we are living our lives guided by following that inner North Star, we are living a life of internal abundance. It's from that abundant internal space where we are filled with inspiration and joy and purpose and meaning. It's from that abundant overflow that we can pour out to those around us. And the really cool and magical thing about inspiration, which is one of the reasons I'm quite obsessed with it, is that living with inspiration has the magical power to spark inspiration in others. We are making an impact on the world and the people around us just by being in that state of inspired action in this world. And all of that being said, I also think that it is very important in everything that we do, in all that we do, that we take the time to go in and mindfully inspect what is motivating us in any given direction, right? Nothing is, I don't think, really necessarily inherently selfish or not selfish. There are selfish and non-selfish ways about going about almost anything. There are selfish ways to go about doing something that seems on the outside like a righteous path. There are righteous ways of going about things that on the outside seem like selfish paths. It's really about what is internally motivating us, right? When we go within and we do that mindful inspection of our motives, it's really important that we bring attention to making sure that we're not abandoning ourselves with our choices, but also that we are not disregarding the people around us and commitments that we have made, right? So that being said, what it looks like to follow your dreams in action may look different depending on the stage and phase of life that you are in. Your actions towards following your dreams, if you are single and unattached and have no commitments, is going to look different than what following your dreams looks like when you are married or have children or in a committed relationship or have a mortgage or whatever the case may be, right? That doesn't mean that one person gets to follow their dreams and the other person doesn't. No, because remember, it's really important that we are not abandoning ourselves, that we continue to follow those draws and those pulls of our deepest soul. However, the external of that may look different in order to follow these things in a really righteous, open eye kind of a way that doesn't become selfish in nature, right? If you are single and unattached, there's nothing wrong with you walking into your job one day and being like, respectfully, I quit. This is no longer serving me. I have bigger dreams. I'm going to put myself to this. And then just like really go after your dreams hour after hour, day by day, in that really like kind of massive sweeping kind of a way. If you're more attached, if you have children, if you're married, if you're committed, in any of those kinds of ways, you have other people to account for as well. Accounting for others doesn't mean that you don't follow your drive, but it does mean that maybe those external actions look a little more bite-sized, look a little bit more nuanced. Those actions are discussed with your partner or those in your life that you have made commitments to, right? In that case, it may look like staying up an extra hour before you go to bed to start learning a course for a new path that you want to take, a new certification, something like that, going to a new class on the weekend once a month. Who knows what it may be for any individual. We all have so many different things. What I'm trying to express is the fact that there are absolutely unselfish ways for you to follow your dreams. So is it selfish to follow your dreams? I believe that if you are doing so with thoughtfulness, intention, and communication, that following your dreams is one of the most giving acts that you can possibly ever pursue. And if you are listening to this and you are remembering those pulls deep within you, right? That's something that you know existed inside of you at one point, those really deep soul pulls, that North Star. If you are remembering that, but you are feeling like you don't know where that went, you feel disconnected from it, you feel that the responsibilities of life or fear or uncertainty or anxieties have gotten in the way of being able to really feel connected to those pulls and know how to move forward in pursuing them. I would love to work with you one-on-one with my fully personalized Reignite Inspiration Holistic Coaching. It's an 8-week transformational coaching where we will go through various aspects of coaching, really powerful modalities each week, lifestyle shifts, and the result will be that whatever space you're in right now that is making you feel blocked, from that North Star, from that inspiration. We are clearing that out of the way. We're opening you up to your continual flow of inspiration so that you can create and look forward to and be drawn by that deep, deep pull that makes such a beautiful impact in this world. I'm so excited to work with you, and you can just click on the link in the show notes below to find out more about that. In the meantime, my beautiful friend, be blessed, be light, and be the magic.